Well, hello, ladies. How are we doing this blessed day? We made it through another Thanksgiving. How was your Thanksgiving? Mine was great. Mine was awesome. I had a great time. Fixed a lot of food. Once you fix a lot of food, you want to try to eat everything you fixed, and it's it's filling, and it's sleepy time. I just want to get on here to read a couple more poems. And these poems that I read, I type in Chat GPT and they give me these poems once I tell her what's on my heart. So this is the poems that, excuse me, I decided to read today. And one is When the Past Comes Knocking. When the past comes knocking, it never knocks softly. It bangs on the door of my memory with echoes I thought I buried, with voices I prayed would stay silenced. It comes with the weight of what I survived, of shadows of moments I don't talk about, the tears I cried when no one saw me breaking. It comes dressed in old scars, wearing the names of people who taught me pain. Imagine that. Before they taught me love. Sometimes the past shows up right when I'm finally at peace, right when my smile is growing, when my strength is returning, when I'm learning how to breathe without the heaviness of yesterday. But I've learned something. Just because the past knocks doesn't mean I have to open the door. I don't have to welcome in what once wounded me. I don't have to sit at that table with memories that try to steal my healing. I don't owe a conversation to things that are try to break me. I don't owe that no conversation. No, I don't. When the past comes knocking, I remind myself I'm not who I used to be. I am stronger now, wiser now, and my heart beats with a different kind of courage. Look at that door and say quietly but firmly, you don't live here anymore because my future is no longer chained to what hurt me. My growth is louder than the echoes of yesterday. My peace is more powerful than the shadows that try to reach through the cracks. When the past comes knocking, I choose myself. I choose healing. I choose to keep walking forward with my head lifted and my heart steady, knowing that I'm no longer defined by what broke me, but how I rose when the past tried to pull me back. Our past is going to always try to come up to determine what we're going to do, what we're going to say. Are we going to, keep going on? Or are we going to give up? And then another poem. When life seems so unfair, don't give up because God does care. Excuse me. When the road feels rough and steep, and the nights are long with little sleep, when questions echo through your tears, and your heart is heavy with silent fears, don't give up. Hold on tight. There's purpose hidden in the fight. Though life seems cruel, cold, and bare, keep believing God still cares. He sees the pain you tried to hide. He walks beside you step by side. Every tear that falls from your face, he catches gently with his grace. The world may turn and people may go, but God remains the one you know. He'll lift your spirit when you're weak and whisper peace when you can't speak. So when life seems so unfair, lift your eyes. He's always there. Your storms will calm, your soul will mend, because with God, it never the end. Remember that, ladies. Another one. I will no longer hide from what I have survived. I used to whisper my pain in the dark, afraid the world would see my scars. But now I wear them as proof of grace, each one victory a proudly face. The battles I fought, the tears I cried, no longer sometimes something I need to hide. For every wound has made me strong and taught my soul where I belong. I once feared judgment, their stares, their talk, but now I stand, I earned my walk. The storms that came could not destroy the woman I become, the strength, the joy. I will no longer hide from what broke me down. For from that pain I claimed my crown. I risen from ashes, I faced the flame. I'm no longer bound, by shame. My voice will tell the untold. My story is power, fierce and bold. For every time I almost died, God's mercy said, "You've survived." So let the world see, let them know what I endured has helped me grow. I am not my past, I'm beautifully alive, and I will no longer hide from what I survived. Imagine that. I had been set free from the torture that once held me. There was times I lived in chains, bound in memories, trapped in pain. The nights were long, the silence loud. I hid my tears beneath the shroud. But God stepped in and took control. He reached deep down and held my soul. He whispered softly, "You belong to me." And just like that, I was set free. The torture that once gripped my mind has lost its power, left behind. No longer captive to fear or shame, for I now walk in my rightful name. The woman I am stands bold and tall, no longer afraid of the past at all. The weight I carried has turned to grace, and peace now shines upon my face. I no longer a prisoner of what used to be, for the chains are broken permanently. God took the pain that tried to define and turned it to strength divine. So when I say I'm free, believe it's true, because I walked through fire and made it through. I've been redeemed, restored, and blessed to see. I've been set free from the torture that once held me. Keeping my peace through tough, keeping my peace in tough situations. When the world around me begins to shake, I remind my soul of the choices I make. Not every storm desires my voice. Sometimes silence becomes my choice. I learned that peace is not given, it's claimed. Through battles fought and tears unnamed, when chaos calls and tries to win, I breathe deep. I hold peace within. Not every word needs a reply. Not every wound deserves to cry. Some lessons come wrapped in pain, but from each one I rise again. I won't let anger dim my light, nor let confusion steal my sight. For peace lives where faith resides, and calmness walks where love abides. In the face of fire, I stay, I'm sorry, I stay still, for I know God's hand is in his will. My silence speaks, my patience grows, my peace remains, it overflows. So when life tests me to see what I'll do, I'll stand tall in the storm because I've been through. I'm no longer broken, no longer afraid. My peace is my crown that will never fade. Another one. I have chosen my destiny, and it is to be free from the pain that once held me. I walk through the valleys where tears reside, where broken dreams try to silence my pride. But even in the darkness, I heard God's voice call, "Stand, my child, you were never meant to fall." I have chosen my destiny boldly and true, to walk in the light that was promised through. The chains that once gripped my heart so tight has fallen away in his healing light. No longer will I dwell in what broke me down. I now wear peace as my shining crown. Every scar, every tear, every sleepless night has turned into strength, my soul's new sight. I'm not defined by the hurt I've known. I'm bloomed from the seeds my pain has sown. Now I rise with faith, fearless and free, because my destiny was always in me. Freedom is my song and healing my art. I mended the cracks within my heart. The past no longer has claim on me, for I have chosen my destiny to be free. And the last one, a closed door is not rejection, it's my redirection. I used to cry when doors would close, wondering why only God, heaven knows. But now I see with clearer eyes what felt like loss was God's disguise. A closed door doesn't mean defeat. It means there's purpose at my feet. Rejection once made my spirit low. Now I thank God he told me so. For every no that broke my plan was really God saying, I got your hand. He shifted paths I could not see to lead me towards my destiny. I no longer knock where I don't belong. I've learned that silence can make me strong. For what was denied wasn't my end, it was just the start of where I ascend. So when the door shuts tight again, I smile because I understand it's not rejection, it's protection. It's my divine redirection. And as I walk this chosen way, I trust what God has planned each day. For in every no, his love reflects. I close the door is his way to redirect. And I thought about that and I thought about that. And I said, Lord, I thank you. I thank you for redirection. And then I had this one last one. I said that was like, but this one I want to read. I will never give up when I feel no one cares. There are days I walk this road alone, fighting battles that no one ever known. The silence can feel so loud, but I refuse to let my head stay bowed. I cried in the dark, whispered prayers through pain, yet through it all my strength remains. Even when love feels far and hearts seem blind, I remind myself God's still kind. I will never give up, no matter the weight, for my destiny is sealed by faith, not fate. When no one claps, I'll still rise because my worth was written in God's eyes. When no one calls and I feel unseen, I'll walk in peace, calm and serene. For I've learned that solitude can heal and broken hearts can still be real. So when it feels like no one cares, I lift my eyes in whispered prayer. For deep within my soul declares, I will never give up because God cares. And ladies, remember that no matter the storm, no matter the battle, no matter the accusation, no matter what people may say to you, about you, or whatever, don't ever give up. Stand your ground. Say, I may have went through, I may have suffered, I may have hurt, I may have been abused, I may have been told I'm nothing, I may have been said you'll never be anybody, you'll never go anywhere, but don't ever give up because God cares. Whisper to him, God help me. God, I need your help. God, I need to be able to stand. Because sometimes you'll fall. I fell. Sometimes you'll cry. I cried. Sometimes it hurt. It does. Sometimes you get discouraged. I have. Sometimes you want to just walk away. I have been there too. And I understand what it feels like. I understand what rejection feels like. But I have told myself and promised myself through it all, I got to stay strong. I got to stay up because there's another young lady that may be going through, another single lady may be going through something that I'm experiencing right now. And how can she be able to go through it if I'm not there to help her? So I want to encourage you, single women everywhere, don't give up. God is going to work it out. God has already worked it out for you. And He is your deliverer. He's your healer. And He is the one that will always bring you through no matter what the situation is. Trust and believe that He will help you. And always remember, God loves you. And so do I. Have a blessed day. Be blessed always.